Hi, Aquarius. This is your reading for the week of March 23rd, or when you hear it and it resonates. And of course, it won't be for every Aquarius. So, Aquarius, what's interesting to me is you get the attack card and then you get the kindness card. And then you get the card that's saying, stay in touch with your feelings. So, as I'm looking at this, I'm mindful of the fact that the way the attack card is presented, it talks about the fact that it can be quiet and sneaky, or it can be loud and obvious. It can be obviously aggressive, or it can be hidden behind smiles or laughs. And it can be energetic, it can be physical, it can be all sorts of different behaviors that can appear to be benign or neutral, but actually have an edge behind them. So what you're being asked to look at here is, what is the energy behind what you are communicating? And also, what is the energy behind what is being communicated to you, and how is it being communicated? So the thing is, if someone feels attacked, they might attack back or they might withdraw. If you feel attacked, you might also do the same thing. But what you're actually being asked to look at is when you speak, because you can be very sure about how you want something to go, that you can get it in your mind that this is what it is, and you can say it in a way that can come across as not just snappish, but almost authoritarian. Now, in some ways, this can really, really work to your benefit, because it can give you a lot of confidence in dealing with things that you know how to deal with. If, however, it's venturing into a territory around which you are insecure or uncomfortable, and for many Aquarians, that's their deeper, softer emotions, that can actually be something that feels like not just a wall, but a push away to people. And that is where you're being asked to say, okay, where can I look for the kindness in this? Where can I look for the gentleness in myself? Am I communicating from a kind place, or am I communicating just to try to get things to look the way I want them to look? Sometimes, Aquarius, it's almost as though you don't want to deal with the messiness of emotion, and possibly because you spend a good part of your life trying not to deal with that. And except, of course, for those who have been deliberately working in the field of emotion in order to be able to work with their own issues. That's often why many of us get into, not that I'm Aquarian, but that's why many people that I've known who've gotten into the helping fields get into the helping fields. It's through the process of learning and healing their own stuff that they are able to, number one, because it helps them do it. What do they say? You teach what you most need to learn. And for me, healing is really all about learning. So there's that. But it's not just about how you speak. It's also how others speak to you. That can create the same thing with you. So if anything emotional gets triggered in you in a way that, or okay, I'm going back to, if anything gets triggered in you that creates an insecurity, or a sense of not being enough, or a sense of being challenged in a way where you don't feel as though you have control or you have the answers to things, that can create a situation for you where you do feel attacked. So please be mindful that if you are feeling that way, you can also look at the person who seems to be doing it with a kindness. And you can get curious and really not worry about being right. And that's something that you're being asked to do here, is try not to get too positional in right and wrong, but look at what the attack energy is, because attack energy tends to breed attack energy. And the way around that is notice and name what it is you're feeling. So before you blurt out comments, stop in, check with what you're really genuinely feeling, beyond the fear, beyond the concern about things becoming chaotic, beyond any sense of vulnerability that you might have about it. Really, really look towards the kindness, towards yourself too, also to the other people, okay? Stay in touch with your emotions as much as you can. That seems to be the way that is going to actually open things up for you in the ways that Spirit's been talking about for a long time. And this is particularly important too, because you're looking at life changing in a big way for you if you wish it to. So this attack energy is super important, because as you're going into the world and you're creating, I'm really literally seeing it as you creating new spaces for yourself to be in with a very different energy. We really want you to create that with a benevolence, but a genuine benevolence, not just a happy ha-ha kind of benevolence, but from that real sense of deep-hearted joy in doing whatever it is you're offering, and with that freedom and with that sense of security where you're not prone to feel attacked and you're not prone to attack. Okay? Because that's not the cooperative energy you're meant to be in. You're meant to be in cooperative energy, and that's not. Okay? So, and again, this is something that will happen for many of us as things get triggered from our past. So again, it's a learning experience. It's not a criticism. It's a learning experience. And where can we go from that? Because we all have them. We all have the triggers. Yep, we certainly do. My dears, I'm going to leave you with that. Take care.